Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna. For those of you who are new here, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. In today's video, I'll be doing a flip through of The Dark Side of Fairy Tales, a coloring book by Trixia Ocampo. And if that is of interest to you, please stay tuned. Okay, so I've never seen this before on a coloring book, but this does come with a parental advisory. Some of the images in here are quite gory, quite horrific. So if that is not for you, this is not going to be the video for you. In fact, some of these images I'm not a huge fan of, but I like a lot of them, and so I will be keeping this. Now, I did see this on A Cluttered Life's recently completed pages, and I thought the images were stunning. So it's just, again, it's not your cutesy gothic or even your cutesy fairy tales. These are definitely on the dark side of them. So let's get started with the flip through. Now, this is published by Julia Rivers on Amazon Paper. And so we're going to go right into it. All of these have this sort of very thick line art by way of a frame. I don't know if this is one of the pictures that she did. Some of them I can figure out, some of them I can't. This is actually one of the tamer ones, but I think it's very interesting. And when A Cluttered Life had shown the 2 pages she completed from hers, I thought that was just absolutely stunning. 2, 4, 6, 7. So I think this might be Snow White. So until you start looking at a page, this is the head of this body. I don't know what this story is, but it's interesting. This one right here, actually, I think it's quite pretty. Again, I don't know what the story is, but I like that the 2 ladies right there look very similar and yet aren't. This one I'm thinking is Rapunzel. Again, once you start looking at some of the images, it looks quite horrific. Oh, as you can tell, there's black on the back and they are single-sided. As far as I know, there are no doubles in here. This is Beauty and the Beast. Again, this is one of the ones that I think is actually quite interesting by way of the composition of her face, how they are looking to be quite tortured. Not your standard fairy tale fare, but very interesting nonetheless. This one, not so much. I'm not sure about all of the birds and the eyeballs and the worms. I don't know what story this is, but it definitely makes for an interesting composition. This one, just based on her, I think is Alice in Wonderland, but I couldn't be sure. It actually could be a mix-up of a variety of different fairy tales. And again, it's just, there's so much torture and pain in their faces. Some of this might be just difficult to look at. This one, again, I don't know what the story is, but it just seems like demons and devil animals in here. This is My Little Mermaid, I would think. And it's really interesting, kind of creepy, the way that her body is deteriorating. But if you've ever heard the actual Little Mermaid story, it's not a really kid-friendly story. It's certainly not the Disney version of it. So yeah, I like this one. I like the composition of this. This one right here, Sleeping Beauty. I mean, Prince Charming looks like a creep or a zombie. I'm not a fan of the zombies. I'm not a fan of all the teeth, but I like how the little fairies are imagined in this. And then this is Maleficent, I guess. This is Cinderella with the evil stepsisters. Of course, Cinderella is beautiful and the evil stepsisters aren't. And then the shoe. Hansel and Gretel, based on the candy house. Yeah, they look kind of evil, but so does the witch. Little Red Riding Hood. This is actually one of the tamer ones, to be honest. I mean, there's some skulls and eyes on the mushrooms, but still one of the tamer ones. And I don't know what this is. This looks like a loom, and so I would think Rumpelstiltskin, but again, not 100% sure. Not bad by way of composition. I don't know what fairy tale this is. I could kind of guess Cinderella with the two evil stepsisters, and then the cleaning right there, but then none of the rest of that makes sense, like the eyeball on the spoon. This is like the third video I filmed tonight, guys, and yeah, I'm stumbling over my words, but we're gonna work through it. This one, I don't know what it's talking about, and honestly, it's not one of my favorites. And it's mostly because nothing is inherently too spooky. Although the worms coming out of the mouse is not great, but I don't know what this represents, and it just seems kind of random to me. This one right here, I think another one for Hansel and Gretel. And I'm just imagining that because of the flames and then this person, so I'm thinking that's the witch going inside the oven. Fairy tales in general are not very happy stories. Someone's always getting got. So again, some of the elements on this page are not that great for me, but it does give you a different side of a fairy tale that you might not have otherwise seen. This one right here, again, I can't take any visual clues from this, who this might be. Actually kind of like this one, but I couldn't tell you what the story is. I see some gold bars and a toe. There's a big old toe in my picture. But yeah, I don't know what this is. This right here again, I'd say it's Cinderella because the shoes and 3 elements right there. And I guess once you're coloring something like this, it doesn't really matter. Although if you're trying to pick a color palette, you may want to go with the standard Cinderella colors versus just coloring this however, especially since it's supposed to be geared towards fairy tales. But, you know, it's your coloring book, do with what you will. And I do like the composition of this as well. Again, some of these elements, I have no idea what's going on. But there's a witch and there's a princess, although she looks like a zombie princess. I'm not sure who these alien guys are, but she does not look happy to see them. I don't know who these 3 ladies are, surrounded by food and flowers, because if you look at the rest of the composition, it's actually really nice. And then someone took their eyes. It might have been some of those birds in the front of the book. This one again, I'm getting Little Red Riding Hood, although that's not a wolf, that's a rabbit. So he just took her head off. Yeah, it's a really rough day in whatever forest that they live in. Not sure what's going on here. And in this coloring book, there are certainly some images that I definitely gravitate towards, and there's images that I really don't. Like this one's not too bad, but I don't also find it very interesting. And it could be because I don't know what's going on. Same like this one. This looks like some shenanigans are going on. This has multiple eyes, and eyes or holes really freak me out. So I don't mind that, but I don't like that. Oh, I don't know what's happening, but it doesn't look pleasant. And again, it just seems some random elements together. I don't actually know what this would be about. I like this chicken girl. I don't know who the chicken girl is, but it's interesting. Not sure why he's going to cut her hand off. Oof. And why there's a priest in here. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on. Those seem like those three we saw earlier. And these are like demon pigs. Not sure who this guy is, but he did lose a leg. And we're at the end. Now, Julia Rivers has quite a few coloring books, as you can see here. I do have some of the Guardian ones. I do have a Doodle one. But this one, because of A Cluttered Life's coloring in the 2 pages, and again, check out her recent completed pages video, I thought it was just so striking. But yeah, some of these are way more disturbing than I had anticipated. And I think what not annoys me, but what is just a little uncertain for me, whether I'm actually going to keep this or not, is I don't know what's going on. And that could just be me, because I do come from a Western influence. So some of these might be non-Western stories. But yeah, just some of them is just, okay, well, you just put gore and horror together for no reason. I'm sure there is, but I don't see what it is. But this is a flip through of The Dark Side of Fairy Tales, a coloring book for adults, and it was illustrated by Trixia Ocampo. That's it for this video, guys. I'd love to know what you guys think of this one. This is definitely different. But that's it for me for now. And as always, aloha.